Hello YouTubers, Lamar here, and you are about to watch part 1 of my 4-part series on how to make your dreams come true. There's a quote by our 16th president, President Abraham Lincoln, who once said, "If you want to know your future, create it." And in this series, I will be talking about how you can create your future and make your dreams and goals a reality. Now, make sure you watch all 4 parts of this series because there will be some great information that you can obtain in fulfilling your dreams and goals. And if you like this video, I will need your help. All you'll need to do for me is click the subscribe and like button on this video. So let's get started with how to make your dreams come true.
Do you have a dream that you wish would come true? Do you have a goal that you are trying to accomplish? Maybe there is a business you're trying to start but don't know how to begin. My focus today is on making your dream a reality. The fact is that you can make your dream a reality. You may have heard the phrase, "the sky is the limit." That phrase holds true for you and for whatever you wish to accomplish. Your dream is your passion. With this CD, I want to show you how to make your dream come true. You have been given a dream. But to whom much is given, much is required. It will take effort to making your dream a reality. I want you to get a pen and a special notebook because there will be some valuable instructions for you to write down and carry with you throughout the process of fulfilling your goals and dreams. From time to time, you may need to review this CD or your notes to keep you focused on fulfilling your destiny and making your dream come true. There is a story of a man who died and went to heaven. And while he was there, he met Saint Gabriel. So he said to Saint Gabriel, "Could you show me the greatest painter of all times?" Saint Gabriel then pointed to another man and said, "He is the greatest painter of all times." And the first man looked at who St. Gabriel had pointed to and said, "I know him. That's Joe Smith. He's no painter. He was the garbage man in my neighborhood." And St. Gabriel then responded, "I know, but he would have been the greatest painter if he had only applied himself." The moral of this story is for you not to be like Joe Smith and take your dreams to your grave. It's time to make your dreams come true now. So today I want to show you how your dreams can become a reality. I'm also going to give you 8 steps that you can carry and apply to make your dreams a reality. And without further ado, let's get started. The first step to making your dream a reality, and I want you to write this down, and that is number 1. Sacrifice your time and attention. Sacrifice your time and attention. What is the most important component to your dream? Most people look at the dream itself as the most important component. And as a result, you often hear people constantly saying something like, "I'm going to be this," or "I'm going to do that." Unfortunately, the statement they make is where the story ends. They never accomplish what they dream to do or to be. The reason many people don't fulfill their dream is because they never do anything to make the dream real. In other words, they never apply themselves or work toward making the dream come true. These people keep thinking that their dream will one day fall out of the sky. However, the most important component of your dream is the effort you apply toward the dream. You may know the story of the 3 little pigs. These 3 little pigs each set out to build a house. One pig built his house out of straw. The second pig built his house out of wood. The third pig built his house out of brick. Eventually, the big bad wolf comes to the first pig's house, whose house is made of straw, and says, "Open up and let me in." The first pig says, "Not by the hair of my chinny chin chin." So the wolf huffs and puffs and blows down the straw house and eats the first pig. The wolf then goes to the second pig's house, which is made of wood, and says, "Let me in." The second pig says, "No, not by the hair of my chinny chin chin." So the wolf huffs and puffs and blows down the wood house and eat up the second pig. Finally, the wolf goes to the third house, which is made of brick, knocks on the door and says, "Open up and let me in." The third pig says, "Not by the hair of my chinny chin chin." So the wolf huffs and puffs and huffs and puffs, but he can't blow down the third house. Well, these three houses, the straw house, the wood house, and the brick house, in this simple fairy tale outlines three different ways your dream can be reached. What kind of dream do you have? Is it a straw house dream, a wood house dream, or a brick house dream? Let's look at it like this. The first pig had a straw house dream. It didn't take long for the first pig to make the straw house. A house made out of straw was very simple to make. It could be made very easily and quickly. Minimum details were needed and minimum effort was required to build a straw house. Shortcuts could be used in the building process. And when the straw house was finished, it looked beautiful. The second pig had a wood house dream. For the second pig, a little more effort was required to make the wood house. The second pig had to have a hammer, nails, and wood. The second pig had to sweat a little to make the wood house. The wood house required a little more time and details than a straw house. And when the wood house was completed, it too looked beautiful. The third pig had a brick house dream. The third pig took on an awesome task to build the brick house. The brick house required bricks, which were more expensive than hay or wood. The bricks were also heavier than hay or wood. In addition to bricks, the brick house required cement. The brick house required precision. The brick house required more time to make and more sweat. Even when the first and second pig had completed their houses, the third pig was probably still out there laboring to complete his brick house. And when the third pig finally completed the brick house, it too looked beautiful. So there were three beautiful houses. Three houses that looked good on the outside. But the real test came not by how the houses looked on the outside, but on how they were structured on the inside. You see, the details and effort of the house determined its success. The three houses can be summed up in these three words: simplicity versus mediocrity versus details. Similarly, the effort you put into your dream will determine the success of it. In other words, the test will not come by how your dream looks, but by how it stands. In order to make your dream a reality, you will have to put time and labor into it. Most of us who have jobs or work jobs work without ever seeing a paycheck up front. We invest our time and energy in that job because we know that payday is coming. And when payday gets here, we want to see the fruit of our investment. Well, to make your dream a reality, you must each day begin to invest your time and energy into your dream, even though payday may be down the road. The most important part to your dream is not the dream itself, but the details you apply to your dream. So you must begin to sacrifice your time and attention to your dream. And to do that, simply set aside maybe 30 minutes to an hour every day to doing something constructive toward accomplishing your dream. And at the end of each time period you set aside, you should write a to-do list consisting of 4 or 5 things you want to do the following day. I'll say that again. Set aside maybe 30 minutes to an hour of each day doing something constructive toward fulfilling your dream. And at the end of each time period, you should write down a to-do list consisting of 4 or 5 things you want to do the following day. This process will allow you to see yourself move closer and closer to fulfilling your dream. So sacrifice your time and attention to your dream. Number 2, just because you can't see it doesn't mean that it's not there. Just because you can't see it doesn't mean that it's not there. Right now, your dream is something that is intangible. In other words, your dream is something that you can neither touch nor feel. But just because you can't touch it or feel it doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. Let me give you an example of what I'm trying to say. One day, a 6-year-old girl was sitting in a classroom. The teacher was going to explain the theory of evolution to the children. The teacher asked a little boy, "Tommy, do you see the tree outside?" Tommy said, "Yes." The teacher said, "Tommy, do you see the grass outside?" Tommy said, "Yes." The teacher said, "Tommy, go outside and look up and see if you can see the sky." Tommy said, "Okay." Tommy went outside. A few minutes later returned and said, "Yes, I saw the sky." The teacher said, "Tommy, did you see God?" Tommy said, "No." The teacher said, "Well, that's my point. We can't see God because he isn't there. Therefore, he doesn't exist." Well, a little girl spoke up and wanted to ask the boy some questions. The teacher agreed, and the little girl asked the boy, "Tommy, do you see the tree outside?" Tommy said, "Yes." The little girl said, "Tommy, do you see the grass outside?" Tommy said, "Yes." The little girl said, "Did you see the sky?" Tommy said, "Yes." The little girl said, "Tommy, do you see the teacher?" Tommy said, "Yes." The little girl said, "Tommy, do you see her brain?" Tommy said, "No." The little girl said, "Then according to what we were just taught in school, she must not have one." Well, this little story simply has a moral that just because you can't see it now doesn't mean that it's not there. Just because you can't touch or feel your dream now doesn't mean that it's not there. The first step to a big idea is not to create it, but to see it when no one else can. You should begin to see yourself accomplishing your dream. Begin to visualize your dream actually happening. And here's a little exercise that I'd like for you to use. Right now, I'd like for you to close your eyes and begin to visualize your dream. Now, I want you to visualize your dream coming true. I want you to actually see it happening. And as you see your dream coming true, I want you to see yourself in the dream. I want you to see yourself making the dream come true. Look at how happy you are and how excited you are. It's you, and your dream is a reality. Now, I want you to open your eyes. What you just saw is real. Even though you can't touch it or feel it, it is a reality. What you just saw can come true. So let's make it happen. Well, how do we make it happen? I'm glad you asked. Here is the next step.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, just click the like and subscribe button.